Hello everybody, welcome back to Screen Stars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2021 horror thriller, I guess, Old. A film that is written and directed by M. Night Shyamalan, and it stars Vicky Krieps, Rufus Sewell, Alex Wolff and Abby Lee. Now, this film focuses on a bunch of holidaymakers that are holidaying at this exclusive resort. They are invited to go to a private beach. They are driven to that beach. Once there, they discover that this beach has a unique ability that essentially ages them very, very quickly in a matter of hours. And they are trapped, they can't get away, and they need to try and figure out a way to survive this unusual situation that they find themselves in. Right, what are my thoughts on Old? Well, I've been really looking forward to this film. I'm a huge fan of M. Night. I think he's done some incredible films over the years. I think, it's undeniable to kind of deny his talent. He really has got a really hugely talented streak in him, and I really do love some of his films. And he's had something of a comeback, really. I think that's fair to say. Now, with this film, is this more of the, on form M. Night, or is it a bit of a decline in his comeback? Well, I feel a bit guilty even saying comeback, really. I mean, he's not really a comeback, you know what I mean? He's just rediscovered his creative abilities over these last few years, and there's a lot here to enjoy in this film. I think that the idea itself is really, really interesting. I just think he struggled, M. Night, to stretch this film out. An interesting idea stretched out over an hour and 40 minutes, or however long the film is, was a real struggle to keep the interest up, because it's a curious story, but for me it almost felt more like a Twilight Zone episode, this. It just kept kind of rejuvenating the same things, Yes, this character's getting old. Yeah, they've all got kind of these strange, well, not strange, they've all got like these medical conditions, it would seem, many of them there. So they all kind of react quite differently to this aging process to some degree. And there's some really interesting ideas that I don't think the film fully explored. And the script wasn't good enough, really, to really keep you gripped here. It felt like after 45 minutes or so, this film had laid it all out on the table, its presentation in regards to, right, this is what you've got. And for the second half of the film, it was just kind of try to refresh it almost and keep you interested, but it never really got any better than the first 45 minutes. It was just these characters reacting differently to these things that are happening to them, the children growing up, or this is happening and this person has died of old age, and they find this body, they find that body. They've got these suspicions, they come up with an odd idea of how to get out, they try it out, it doesn't work, and it just becomes a little bit dull as a result of that, and that's a real shame. Honestly, it's a great idea that they just could not stretch out over a full length of a movie, which I think is a real shame. I thought the film looked beautiful, the location was stunning. The performances, for the most part here, are all absolutely fine. Apart from some of them who are supposed to have pre-existing relationships, husbands, wives, brothers, sisters. Didn't buy them relationships sometimes, and because they're rapidly growing, especially the children characters, they're replacing them consistently, like with new actors, and it's quite jarring in a sense of the way these characters are presented, and it's a little bit odd. You've got like these characters in their late teens, early 20s behaving like they're 10 or whatever age they were, and that was a bit jarring and to watch. It didn't feel right, didn't feel comfortable, and the whole film, if you like, didn't feel right, didn't feel comfortable, and the usual. I think the pressure now on M. Night to give us like these shocking endings or these huge twists that he's so renowned for in his writing, he just needs to step away from that now, because what we get here, it's not really a twist ending, it's a much more subtle end to the film, I think it's fair to say. And those of you that are waiting for that huge twist at the end, you don't really get it. It's a bit of a damp squid, if you like, the reveal at the end, and it goes on too long. You know, you get this initial explanation as to what's going on, and then it kind of drags out and drags out and drags out, and almost like it doesn't really know how to end the film. So it's a bit of a mixed bag, this one. Really a great idea, beautifully shot. There are some very interesting moments in it and a very interesting idea, but the execution kind of misses the mark for the most part here, but I did still get quite a bit of enjoyment from it. So I'll give this one a 6 out of 10. Have you seen Old? Let me know what you think about it. And of course I will be back with plenty more reviews and content on the channel very, very soon.